having adult money is like, if I want to buy another MacBook, right? Like, let's say I want to put 10 bands down on a MacBook, right? Like, I already have a MacBook. I already have a phone, right? Like, the other day, I was talking to this girl on the on the Stairmaster, right? And she asked me, like, oh, why do you have 2 phones? And then to me, it made me think, like, you know, like, why not? Right? It's like, I have to be a drug dealer to have 2 phones. But it's like, having adult money means, like, bro, if I want 10 phones, if I want 10 iPhone 17s or whatever number it is right now, if I want 10 iPhone 17s, then I just have that. And I can just walk around in my pocket. Like, I have all my pockets in my pants filled with phones. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, most people walk around having one phone. Most people are like, my phone. But it's kind of weird to have 2 phones. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Nick Torius. This is my brand new podcast. As you can see, it's called Nick Torius NITE. I usually host my regular podcast, Going Deep. But now we're doing something new. We're doing something different, right? So smash the like button, comment below what you think, and let's get started, all right? The reason why I started this podcast was because I thought of the name, and I said that would be a good name for a podcast for me. Also, I watched, I want to start the series off basically by starting off with like shows that I watch, right? I want to do like show reviews. Like, my expectations for this channel, I feel like I'm like a YouTuber. I've been watching a lot of YouTubers, like videos and stuff. Like, I've been doing YouTube for so long that it's like I shoot videos like this every single day in my car. But for whatever reason, it's like I'm nervous for like doing this one. This is like a solo cast where it's not to like rely on anyone to be like, yo, let's podcast today. Are you available? Da 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 da. Right? It's like, when I do interviews, it's like I rely on people too much, you know. So it's like I wanted to try out, like, let me see if I can like do a podcast by myself. And what I wanted to do, also, don't forget to subscribe and to like and comment and all that stuff. I'm trying to get this channel to reach 100K. I've been at 10K for a long time, so run up the likes, run up the comments so we can get to 100K. All right, so I basically wanted to start off this podcast with a review of like a show that I'm watching, right? Right now, I just watched the 2nd season of... All right, before I get into that, what is this podcast about? Today, I'm going to be telling you guys about like getting your money up, right? It's about just getting your money up while you're young, making sure like, you know, you sow your wild oats, but you have enough money to sow them oats, right? But before we get into that, I wanted to do a review on a show that I'm watching. It was like most of the inspiration for like starting this podcast. It was it's a show I'm watching called Nobody Wants This, right? Which I'm naming this episode after. Everybody wants this, because everybody wants to hear about Nick Torius, what Nick Torius has to say, what Nick Torius' thoughts are, right? Especially at night. And it's funny, I'm trying to do this while I was kind of in a rush because I'm trying to do this at night, right? But it's like I was at the gym, and I usually, it was like really late when I went, and I was trying to do this podcast before it got like too late, right? Because I'm like, if it's called Nick Torius at night, I'm pretty sure it has to be filmed at night, right? But it's like morning, right? Like right now it's like around like 5 a.m. What sucks is like the daylight savings time just started like this week, right? Like this is the first week of daylight savings time, and all of the light, like the light outside is is like skewed, right? So it's like my whole sleep schedule is like so off right now because I am usually up at night, right? So I'm like, when it's, I don't really know exactly the time. I just know that like 5 a.m. I'm used to it being like dark, and it's like 5 a.m. right now, and it's like the sun is like coming up. So I'm like low key like a vampire a little bit, because it's like the sun is like my mortal enemy. But yeah, without further ado, but yeah, I was watching Nobody Wants This, right? And I really like that show because, you know, it's not like, I don't know if it's about like podcasters, but it's like they have a podcast, right? And it's like I hadn't podcasted in a while because I've been just making a lot of content, of making use of content that I had already made, right? And my bad. I was making use of content that I had already made, and you know, I hadn't really been shooting new content because it's like I have so much content that I have already that it's like I have so much to shoot. Like I don't have any time to shoot because that's more content to create. And then it's like watching, by the way, I'm on season 2. I just started season 2. I watched season 1 a year ago, right? But the reason why Nobody Wants This was kind of like, I don't want to say dear to my heart, but the reason why it was like kind of struck a chord and it inspired me so much is because that was the first time that I started watching Netflix series, right? Because before I used to just watch movies, and like on Netflix, I've never watched a Netflix show, right? Like I've never been like, oh, I haven't seen this episode. Like I've never been the one to talk about Netflix shows with anybody because I never watched them, right? Like I mostly watch YouTube. But I was watching a movie one day and it finished, and then Nobody Wants This showed up after, and I thought it was a movie, and I was like, oh, this seems like a nice movie, right? Like a chill movie. And I just it was just on, you know, and then all of a sudden it ended, and I was like, oh, this was a short movie. But then another episode came on, and I was like, wait a minute, that means that it's like a show. And it was like around this time, it was around like Christmas time, right? And that's why I was watching. I didn't mention that. That's why I was watching it, because it's like I like to watch Christmas movies, basically. And I was watching a bunch of Christmas movies, and you know, Nobody Wants This showed up, and I thought it was a Christmas movie because it took place like on Christmas or like Hanukkah, because they're Jewish, and they're just like, you know, I just thought it was a nice show, and I was like, whatever, and I started watching it, and then all of a sudden, I was just into Netflix shows, and I started watching shows like Atypical and what else? Ginny and Georgia and bro, I don't even know. Like there's so many Working Moms. That's like one of my favorites. I watched Wednesday the other day. I didn't really like it. What else have I watched? I watched Dynasty. I don't know. I just like to watch shows like that because I don't know, they're chill. Like I don't really have to be like, I'm not like super invested in them. I just have them on. Oh, also I don't want to say that one, but I don't know. I just be watching everything on Netflix, right? Like I just like, if it's on Netflix, or most of the time, right? There's a lot of shows on Netflix that I don't like to watch. I don't even remember. One show that was really good. I know I was like, I wanted to focus on Nobody Wants This, but one show that's really good was Master of None, right? Like with Aziz Ansari. And I really liked that show until season 3, and then season 3 came in, and it was like all the. It's not that it was because it was lesbian stuff, but it was just like I wasn't really into the whole like static scenes and stuff. I wasn't into it was super boring, right? It was like the most boring show I've ever watched. I mean, not show, but like it was like the most boring. I think it was boring. Like I was waiting so long for for the season to get good, right? I was waiting so long for the season to get good, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna thug it out. I'm just gonna see like, okay, is this gonna get any better, right? And it did not. It stayed the same for like 12 episodes or however many episodes it was. it just stayed my it just stayed the same. It just stayed the same, right? For however many episodes, and I was not feeling it, and I was like, damn, bro, I watched the whole thing, but I feel like I didn't waste my time. I was gonna watch anything, whatever. But I feel like I ran out of Netflix shows, right? Because it's like the kind of shows that I like. They don't really be like, I watch all of them, and I only like to watch like Netflix original series now. Like when it comes to like shows that are like I don't like to watch like nothing on. Like there's a show I'm watching. It's called Younger, and it has like Lizzie McGuire, right? Like Hilary Duff, and it's like that show is okay, right? But it's like it's not a Netflix show, so it's like it's kind of not that great for me because it's not like it has too much energy, right? I don't like shows that have too much energy because if I'm watching TV, I'm most likely just like chilling in bed and I just have the TV on. And I'm not really like trying to be like too captivated by the show, right? I just like the vibe, you know? Like I don't want to think. And it's what's crazy. What's crazy is that like I've noticed that like the more Netflix I watch, it's like my brain literally turns to mush, right? Not even just because I watch a lot of reels, but it's like my brain like literally turns, like I don't be thinking, right? Like I be doing work, like it's just like I remember when I was younger. I mean, I've watched like TV all my life, right? But it's like when it comes to thinking, it's like, oh, I have to think. Like right now, I'm not really thinking. I'm just like talking. I'm just like saying whatever I feel like saying. But it's like for me to think, it's like, oh, you know what? Thinking is kind of like, I don't really want to do that, right? It's like I don't want to think because it's like thinking is kind of sucks, right? It's not that it sucks. It's just that it's like it takes a lot of effort, maybe. I don't know. It just feels like, maybe it's because I'm older, but it's like it just feels like it just takes more effort to think. I don't know. It's just something to do, you know? And it's like I have to consciously do it. I don't know. I don't remember what I was talking about. But yeah, Nobody Wants This. I started watching it today, right? And I didn't really remember the show because it's like I didn't really want to watch it from the beginning, right? Like whenever Netflix drops new series, new seasons, I don't really want to talk. I don't really want to watch the whole thing all over again, right? Because I was like, should I watch the entire show all over? Because I don't really pay attention to any of the shows, right? Like I don't pay attention to shows when I'm watching them. I just have them on in the background. And eventually, like I just pick up on things, you know, like because I just be like having the TV on whenever I'm doing other things, and I like to just you know, I like discovering, right? I like to have TV on just for the discovery, right? Because I'll watch a show like 20 times, and it's like one of my favorite shows is The Venture Brothers, and it's like I've watched that show so many times. I've probably watched The Venture Brothers over and over and over and over again, probably like 20 times, and it's like every time maybe not 20 times, but I've watched it a lot, and it's like every single time I watch The Venture Brothers, I learn new things about the characters, right? It's like I learn new things about the storyline, what's going on, you know, just like a bunch of other things, right? Even Family Guy, like there's so many episodes of Family Guy, and it's like I literally watch Family Guy every single day, and I learn new things. Like I actually now, cause there was a time period where I wasn't watching Family Guy, and I was just like, there was a big gap in Family Guy for me, and I was just not really paying attention to it, and because I've watched Family Guy since I was a little kid, you know. I don't remember what I was talking about, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, but I just, you know, I'm like with that gap of Family Guy where it's like I didn't watch like probably like 10 seasons of it. You know, like it's like starting it all over again, you know. I don't know. Basically, I didn't want to start Nobody Wants This all over again, so I just watched the second season, and I was just like, you know what? Damn, I really hate the name of that show, to be honest. Like, I don't hate the name of the show, But it's like the thing is like I don't like thinking about the name of the show, right? Like nobody wants this. It's like because it's like it kind of reminds me of like because like the show's like I at least say that the show's like based on Call Her Daddy, right? And it's like every time I think nobody wants this, it's like when they say like, oh, they need to stop selling podcast equipment at like Guitar Center or something. And it's like, you know, because it's like how many more podcasts do we need, you know? I for one, honestly, I feel like we need a lot, right? Like one of my favorite podcasts is obviously like No Jumper. And I love watching I love it when Flacco and Almighty Suspect are on, right? They're so fucking hilarious because Flacco's always saying some gay shit. And then Almighty Suspect is always like, pause, right? And it's like really funny. And it's like that, like honestly keeps me going. Like, I don't know. Whenever I listen to like No Jumper, it just makes me want to listen to my podcast, right? And then when it's like a funnel. It's like I listen to No Jumper, then I listen to my podcast. Then I'm like, you know what? I want to make more podcasts, right? But, you know, it's like there's something like people don't talk about how hard it is to do podcasts, right? Like let's see how hard is it to make podcasts, right? Because I remember when I started doing interviews, I was like, you know, people can copy me. I don't care. Like it's so funny, right? Because I started interviewing artists and then everyone was calling me like, oh, you're like the bootleg No Jumper, right? You're bootleg No Jumper. And I didn't care. But then there was a point where I had this attitude where it's like I wouldn't say I was super big-headed, but it's like I had this attitude where it was like, bro, let them copy me, right? Let them copy me. Let them try to do it. Because I would see other people try to do podcasts. And I'm gonna be honest, like a lot of people don't have what it takes to like be that consistent, right? Like you can't really be that consistent doing podcasts because you don't have control, right? Like in order to be successful with podcasting, I feel like you have to just let go of control because it's like I'm just gonna say like there's this like I just started hitting people up for podcasts again, right? Like there's these periods where I just like go without because I have so much stuff to do, and it's like I started hitting up people for podcasting again, and I was just like, you know what, let me see if I might have time to do this, because I don't have time to like podcast really, or like not even podcast, like interview people, right? Because it's like a difference to me. Interviewing is like, here I'm gonna talk to somebody, and then it's like podcasting is you know, like my friends were just fucking around, just like drinking beer, right? Just like talking about like less serious stuff, right? Because it's like an interview is like, where are you from? What do you do? Da 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 da, right? And it's like a podcast. It's like, yo, let's chill. Like we're just chilling. You know? Anyways, yeah. So I just started like hitting people up again, right? And it's like there was an artist that I hit up, and you know, like we set it up and stuff, and I was like, yeah, let's do it, whatever. Da da da. Like, you know, I'm already in that mind space where it's like I don't care. You know what I mean? It's like I'm just getting like I'm building the momentum up again, right? So it's like when you're building up that momentum, especially like I have experience, right? So it's like when I'm building up momentum, it's not the same as like, oh, I'm so hungry, I gotta get this done. It's like, no, bro, it's just like building. It's like going to the gym. It's like building reps. You know, it's like, okay, I'm just gonna be like doing whatever I gotta do to get in the groove, right? You're getting in the groove. That means it's like, even if it's like doing 10 minutes, it's like you just got to get in that groove, right? So it's like, you know, I'm like setting up interviews and stuff, and I just, you know, like I'm talking to this person's manager, and they're like, oh, they can't make it. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, especially like, it's always worse when I'm like in abundance, right? Like if I'm in abundance, then it's just like, then I don't even look at the message. Like the message just like flies over my head, right? It's just like something that doesn't even exist to me. But just for the sake of like the conversation of just we're having right now, is that you know, I was just in the space where it's like, you know, okay, whatever, I don't really care. And then you know, you gotta set boundaries. So it's like my boundary was just not like you lost your chance, right? Like you just lost your chance. Like that's it, you know. Because it's like it's not that important, right? Because it's like for me, like everyone wants to get interviewed, right? Like everyone wants to feel important. Everyone wants to be seen in that light of like, oh, look at me, right? Give me attention. I want attention, right? So it's like everyone has that already. So it's like, you know, I don't want to say it, but it's like I'm rare, and then you're just like everyone else, you know. So I don't know how to explain it. I think I just did, but I don't really want to go into detail. That's why it was just to make the point that like it's not for everyone, right? Like I've seen an episode, like you gotta, when it comes to podcasting, you have to either sacrifice. There's things that you have to sacrifice, right? Like you have to either sacrifice quality, even for like, yeah, you have to sacrifice quality for consistency, right? Like sometimes you just got to sacrifice quality for consistency, because that's what I did in the beginning. It's like I can just, bro, I feel like I'm in therapy every single time I make these videos. I always feel like I'm in therapy. It's like I'm not really talking to anyone. I'm not even talking to myself, and I guess I'm talking to you guys. But yeah, it's like you got to sacrifice something, right? Like if you want consistency, you got to sacrifice quality. If you want quality, you have to sacrifice consistency. Because like even setting this up, right? Like even setting up what I'm doing right now, I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, every single time I want to shoot this, it's like, because I have my computer in here, and it's like sometimes I take my computer and I'm just thinking about all these new things I need to buy, because I'm thinking like, should I keep my computer in here? Because I usually don't keep it in here. But just for the sake of like easing the friction, you just gotta like sometimes, you know, you gotta make change. Like, you gotta just sacrifice like basically when I started shooting interviews, all I had was my phone. I had a camera and my phone, and I was like, let me just record it. I have voice memos, let me just record it on my phone. And it's like this, the microphone quality isn't that great, right? And it's like, okay, it's not that great, but I can do a lot, you know. And I remember I would always tell my exes, right? Like we would always have these, it's not a debate, but it was just like my philosophy. And I would always explain to her like, oh, you know, sometimes like you gotta, I told her it's more important to have quantity over quality, right? And she's like, no, you have to have quality. It has to be quality over quantity, da da da. And I was like, okay, right? And it's so funny because I low-key like, I don't know, because there's like, I don't know, I guess other people who did stuff better than I did, right? I had a lot of quantity, and then people would always congratulate me and commend me on my consistency, right? They're like, yo, one thing I fuck with you, bro, your work ethic, your consistency. I never even thought I had a work ethic, right? I always thought I was a slacker, right? I think that's what's so funny to me, is that like I was always a slacker, and then people say I like your work ethic. And it's like, bro, I literally play RuneScape all day, bro. Like, I barely work. At least at that time, I would not do anything, right? Like, I wouldn't do that much. It was just like, you know, I was just like, oh, you know, I want to do this, and I just did it. And then people would always tell me, you have great work ethic. And that would always perplex me, because like growing up, I literally had teachers telling me, yo, you don't do any work. I would literally not do, bruh. I don't want to like talk about school stuff too much, but it's like I'm doing I'm gonna like take that as a sign that like maybe I shouldn't talk about this, but whatever, bro. It's like, bro, I have like 10 missing assignments right now, and it's like, damn, like what work ethic where, bro? You know? But I don't know, to me it's like I always gotta be productive. And I guess that like leads into like the topic of today's like podcast, right? Like someone told me not to say like, you know, or you know, but whatever, bro. Like I'm chilling. It's natural. Like people say like, especially if you're from Miami, and you're just like thinking about what you gotta say next. But like, anyways, long pause. Anyways, get in it while you're young, right? I mean, I didn't even get to finish. I didn't even get to talk about Nobody Wants This. I just there's not really much I could say about it. I wanted to talk about it, but I guess I just wanted like a springboard for like I was thinking like what should I talk about on my podcast? I don't know. Cause it's like I have another channel. It's like Nick Torius, and you can just like go there to like see life advice and stuff. But I just want this one to be like just like chill, like sparking ideas and just like getting a little like picking my brain, I guess, of like what I have to say at like 5 a.m. You know, it's funny. This is the time that most people wake up to be productive, right? People are like, you gotta wake up at like 5 a.m. get your day started before everyone else is awake. Yeah, I've been up for like 10 hours, right? Like probably 10. I woke up I've been up for 12 hours. No, I've been up for 13 hours. Actually 14. I don't even know what time it is. It's 7 a.m. I've been up for 14 hours or 15 hours, right? And I still have so much things to do. Right now I'm gonna like I wanted to watch the James Bond movie because I want to watch like all the James Bond movies, and I mean I wanted to watch it while it was nighttime, but then I was like, okay. So I had like today's Wednesday, and on Wednesdays I always have like a ritual, right, where it's like I watch. My ritual is like to watch TV. Right now I was watching like Fullmetal Alchemist again, and I was watching and then I watched Legend of Korra, right? And it's like, yo, bruh, like 2 of my favorite episodes for both were like not even like it was just like such a magical experience to watch Legend of Korra today and Fullmetal Alchemist. Just like those are shows that make me like actually cry, right? Like the only shows that I'll actually cry in are like those 2 shows and maybe Naruto sometimes. But it's like I never cry because it's sad. I just cry because it's like, damn, bro, this is like so fucking beautiful, bro. It's like so damn beautiful just because it's like my trajectory. You understand? I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like so like beautiful. It's just like I've never seen anything more beautiful than like these shows, bro. Especially like Legend of Korra. It's like so many people hate on Legend of Korra, but it's like, bro, it's like I'm on the 3rd season. I mean, I've watched it before. But I'm on the 3rd season right now. I'm watching it again. It's like the 3rd season, and it's like, well, what's his Zaofu? I think his name is the Airbender. And you know, like I could have rated it a little better, right? You know, it's funny. I could talk more about Legend of Korra than I can about Nobody Wants This, right? You know, it's funny. I was watching Younger yesterday, and the sister in Nobody Wants This. She appeared in the episode, and I was like, oh, she's in Nobody Wants This, and I just started Nobody Wants This. I think that's kind of funny. Anyways, sometimes I watch like like today I was watching Legend of Korra, and I was like, damn, bro, it's like, you know, I could have written that a little bit better, right? Like I could make it a little better writing, even though I like write my own series and stuff. I write my own shows, but I want to write something like super great, like Legend of Korra. Like something with like incredible writing, because I feel like Legend of Korra is like basically Game of Thrones mixed with Avatar. That's basically what it is. It's like the writers, they watch Game of Thrones. I've never seen Game of Thrones, but it has the vibe of like Game of Thrones, and it's like Game of Thrones meets Avatar. I feel like when I pause like that, I'm just imagining if like someone else was here talking, because I'm used to podcasting with other people, right? I'm not gonna lie, podcasting low key, like I feel like this is better. I feel like it's better that I just like do this by myself rather than like have like get like friends, right? rather than having friends, because I don't have to drink alcohol, right? Because when I was podcasting, I would drink a lot. I would have like probably 4 or 5 beers, and it was a lot of fun. And I have a lot of fun podcasting, right? It was like so much fun. But you know, like when you're drinking every single week, like, bro, it would be like we would always shoot on Wednesday, and we would just drink a lot. Well, I would drink a lot because I was listening to my podcast, and then like every like 5 minutes I hear, yo, you want another beer? Because I would get another beer every 5 minutes, bro. And it's like this is like a 2-hour podcast. I'm like, yo, you want another beer? Because I'm getting another beer. I just chug that shit, bro. And it's like the beer is really what makes the podcast fun, right? In my opinion. I'm not gonna say I sound like an alcoholic, but the beer is like it's like weed, right? It's like when you're hanging out with friends, sometimes it's like you don't really care about the friend. I mean, it's not that you don't care about a friend, but it's like the friend is cool, but it's like, oh, I get to smoke, you know? It's like the heart of the interaction. It's like, oh, I have this. You know, I was thinking today, if like you really want to feel abundant, something that you can do is just have like an ice cold water, right? And you'll feel like you'll just be like feeling super abundant. Because today I was cleaning my house and I just had water out. Right now I ran out of water. It's not that I ran out of water. I just finished drinking the water bottle I had. And I just wanted to feel abundant, right? Like I just wanted to feel abundant. And I just went in my fridge and I just pulled out a water bottle and I opened it and I put it on the counter. And then for some reason I just felt abundance, you know? It's like I just felt like fluid and liquid, and it's like, okay, I have enough water to live, you know what I mean? And it's like, it was like such a crazy feeling, because it's like, I think that's what I'm missing right now. Hold on, let me get a water bottle. Little ASMR for you guys. Bro, I feel like ASMR is so dumb, bro. Like I always say this but yeah, look, see, I just feel more abundant, right? Like I think it's because I just came from the gym and I was jogging, so I'm like literally like low on water. I haven't drank any water since I lifted a lot today. It's funny because I would always say this on the podcast, right? Like, bruh, if you're watching this, I'm about to end this soon, so it's like, go watch my podcast episodes because they're really good, right? Go on playlists and just click on podcasts or like playlists and just like watch all the podcasts that I've done with my friends. But yeah, like if you want to know who my friends are, go on the podcast, because I've literally podcasted with like pretty much all of my friends, or like most of them. But yeah, I would always say like ASMR is like so dumb, bro, because it's like who's actually like who's listening to that stuff, bro? Like who's actually listening to this? Feels so weird not having someone to be like, yeah, I know, man, right? But it's like, I don't know, bro, I'm just used to that. Like ASMR is like such a weird thing, because it's like who's like actually like going around like, yo, I need to hear some like some nails going like right, like who's actually doing that? Anyways, whatever, bro. Get it while you're young. You need to get it while you're young, because it's like the older you get, the more you're like, it's like life is so weird, right? It's like you have all this pressure, like it's time pressure, right? And it's just like, yo, you gotta get it, right? And you don't really feel it until like you're older, right? Like you could be young, like chilling in your 20s, right? Like I feel like TikTok was like such a like revolutionary thing, right? Because what TikTok kind of did for me, at least, especially with Andrew Tate, was like, it made me realize, oh, you're not doing shit, you know? So it's like, it made me realize that you can actually live life, like TikTok showed me what it means to live life, right? Because it's like obviously, yeah, we have like Instagram and YouTube and all this stuff, right? But then when I started watching TikTok, I started realizing like, yo, adult money is different, right? Because I felt like I was living a pretty standard life. I felt like I was living a better life than most people, actually. And it's like, yeah, I didn't have like I wasn't a millionaire. But it's like when you realize that, oh, this is what other people are doing. And it's like, because it's like for me before TikTok, it felt like there was only one path, right? And it's like you have to do this path. But then once TikTok showed up, and I'm like watching all these TikToks, I started realizing like, oh, there's more that you can do. Like you don't have to do what you're already doing. You can do a lot more, right? And it like opened my eyes basically and showed me that. Like one thing it made me realize is that like having adult money is like, if I want to buy another MacBook, right? Like let's say I want to put 10 bands down on a MacBook, right? I already have a MacBook. I already have a phone, right? Like the other day, I was talking to this girl on the on the Stairmaster, right? And she asked me like, "Oh, why do you have two phones?" And then to me, it made me think like, you know, like why not, right? It's like I have to be a drug dealer to have two phones. But it's like having adult money means like, bro, if I want 10 phones, if I want 10 iPhone 17s or whatever number it is right now, if I want 10 iPhone 17s, then I can just have that. And I can just walk around in my pocket. Like I have all my pockets in my pants filled with phones. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, most people go walk around having one phone. Most people are like, my phone. But it's kind of weird to have two phones. You know what I mean? It's like why is that weird? Like, why is it weird to have two phones? Why is it weird to have two laptops, right? It's like, I remember, it reminds me of, because all my life, like, I've always had, like, minimum wage jobs, right? Like, most of my life. And I wasn't really seeing more than, like, $1,000 a month. Most of my, like, growing up. I mean, not that, like, not 1,000. Like, having having more than $1,000 in my checking account, right? Because I would, like, spend money on like food and whatever and like things I need to live. But it's, I remember one time I looked at this kid's bank account and he had like $1,700, right? And I'm like, whoa, he has that was the first time I'd ever seen $1,000 in someone's bank account, right? Like you never know how much money anyone has, but like especially when you're a kid. And I was a kid and I was like looking at it, I was like, whoa, yeah, he's a kid too. This kid's younger than me and he has more money than me. And I was just like, I forgot what I was talking about. You know, like you see, like I don't know, going back to like adult money. It's like, you know, like why is it weird to have one? Like most people have one laptop, right? And it's funny because like one time I was with my friend and he was in my room and we were like recording music and stuff, and then he's like, why do you have two monitors, right? And I had like a monitor and I had my TV, like he was referring to my TV, right? And I had a monitor for my laptop. And I said, like, what do you mean? And he's like, you like, why do you have two of these? And I was like, oh, I didn't say what you mean. I just made that up. But I said, I have this monitor because I don't like going like this. And he started laughing, right? Because I mean, he's not poor, like he's not broke. But it's just funny because he's like, he starts laughing because I said I don't like going like this. So it's like, it's like such a privilege, right? And I was acting so privileged, and I was like, like that's so first world, right? To be like, oh, I don't like going like this. It's like, all right, so look, you gotta spend money. When you're spending money, you gotta spend money on like easing friction, right? That's basically what it is. It's like dealing with women. It's like when you're dealing with a woman, it's like if a girl gives you friction, you say on to the next one, right? You can just get with a girl who doesn't give you friction. So it's like the same thing with money. So it's like when you're buying stuff, you're just like, okay, I have friction. Like for me to stay like going back full circle, what I was saying is like for me to stay consistent with this podcast, I would have to because like it's like not that different from me shooting in my car and just opening my phone and being like, hey, what is up, guys? It's Nick Torius back in with another video, I was just thinking about like answering people's questions. You guys have any questions, and send them in and I'll answer them. But it's like when I think about being consistent with this podcast, it's like, okay, I gotta move this, I gotta set up this, But it's like everything's already set up. I just press play, right? Like if I have like 10 phones, right? Like right now, if I have 10 phones, because it's because the other day I was on Amazon the other day, like shopping for phones, right? And I was like, how many phones do I want? And I'm just like adding phones to my cart, and I'm just like, bro, how many? And I was just imagining how many phones can I have? Like how many phones can I have until it gets weird, right? And I was like, what if I just buy 5 more phones? Because I really just want them for cameras, right? It's like I could buy a nice camera for like $500, right? Or like $1,000 for a camera. But it's like for a camera, for what, right? I have 2 cameras right now, and it's like I don't even use them. But it's like for a phone, I can get a phone. Like I can get an iPhone 11 for like $150, right? Or like $160, right? And I'm like, how many so I'm like, okay, that's not very expensive. How many iPhone 11s can I buy? And I'm just adding iPhone 11s to my Amazon cart. And I'm just like, like these things are very cheap, right? Like I can just get a T-Mobile prepaid and just pay like $15 a month for each of these phones. If I get like 5 phones, right? And I pay $15 a month for each of these phones, right? Like I don't even need, because I have 2 phones already, right? I should have more than that, but I have multiple phones, and it's like I forgot. Like I don't need cell phone data in them. I just need the cameras. And I remember it's funny because my homeboy that I was shooting the podcast with before, he's like, I came into he was like telling me like, yo, you can get like a really good camera, like you can get a really nice camera. And I'm like thinking to myself, like, why in the world would I buy a camera when I can just buy a phone which has a better camera, and I can do so much more stuff with another phone, right? And then I bought a new phone, and he's like, oh, you could have got a camera or whatever. And I was like, oh yeah, I could have, but I made a smarter decision. Because a camera is just a camera, right? If you have a phone, it's just funny because the only thing I could think about doing with a phone is just playing Bloons Tower Defense. Like that's the only thing. I'm like, what do I need another phone for? Okay, I can watch Netflix on this phone, and then I can play Bloons Tower Defense on the other phone, right? You can't do that with a camera. But yeah, get in it while you're young. Basically, that's what I had to say about this. I wasn't trying to make the podcast too long. I just wanted to do like 30 minutes because that's just like more editing that I have to do, and it's like I don't know how long I want to make the other episodes. This has been fun for me. I like doing this. I shoot videos like this every single day. Check out my Nick Torius channel, or King Torius. Actually, I just changed the name. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, just DM me on Instagram at Nick Torius at 6 Interviews. Don't forget to check out the other interviews. Also, donate to my charity, A Hand on the Mountain. Link is in the description. This is all stuff I say in my King Torius. Bro, I've done so much stuff, and it's like, cause I have a book out. I have a book. It's called Art Money. It's like basically just a blueprint of like how I've made money making art. Like just all the ways that I've like been able to trade my art for money, right? Also, I'll put that in the description also. You can buy it on Amazon. It's on Amazon. It's on Amazon. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys like this podcast and tell me more topics that you guys want to hear me speak about. This has been the first episode. It's a little rocky, but whatever, I'm doing this solo right now. I might have guests. I don't know. And I might have I don't know. We're still seeing. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.